Hi everybody, I'm Parks Boyd. I'm the ORC at the Scotland Neck Wastewater Treatment Plant, the plant manager, you might say, and today I'm going to give you a tour of the Scotland Neck Wastewater Treatment Plant. Okay, the first stop is our influent pump station. This is where all the wastewater from all the houses and businesses in Scotland Neck and Hobgood come into the plant. This is a pre-treatment system right here. This is a bar screen which filters out paper and large debris, and a grit chamber which gets the silt and sand and stuff out of the wastewater before it enters, and helps save some wear and tear on our pumps. We have another bar screen and a partial flume. Now we enter into the pump station itself. This pump station sits on top of a deep well that holds about 8,000 gallons of wastewater. We have 3 pumps in here, Gorman Rupp pumps that pump approximately 500 gallons per minute. They operate off a float system. As the flow comes up in the wet well, one pump comes on and then another as needed. There is a lot of instrumentation in this pump house, alarm system, stuff like that. And there's also a chemical feed pump that actually pumps caustic soda in at this point in order to raise the pH up close to 7.0. So this is kind of where things begin. And then from here, the wastewater is pumped into the main plant. Right here we have our oxidation ditch, or our aeration basin. This is where we cultivate bacteria. Bacteria do our work. They feed on the incoming wastewater as food and clean it up for us. They're kind of the workers of the plant. The water flows into a settling basin from there, a clarifier, where the sludge or the bugs settle to the bottom and are returned to the aeration basin. The clear water keeps on moving through the plant and keeps getting more and more pristine as it moves through. This is the return pump station right here, and this is our second clarifier that we've converted into a sludge thickening basin. We pump sludge from time to time into a digester, shown here, which holds about 400,000 gallons of sludge, and periodically we have to haul the sludge off and land apply it. Our backup ORC, my assistant, is Brian Pierce. Brian came on board with us a couple of years ago and has 20 plus years of wastewater under his belt. He's a great asset to the town of Scotland Neck. We were very fortunate to get Brian. Brian also is our lab technician, and he does the process control testing that helps us to operate the plant. He collects samples for the state, and does a lot of stuff here in the laboratory as well as operating the plant. From there, the water moves on to the next step, which is a tertiary filter, where it removes a little bit more particles, minute particles, and then from there we disinfect. This is our chlorine station right here. We use chlorine sodium hypochlorite to disinfect, and then we used sodium bisulfite to dechlorinate before we put the water into the creek, so it won't hurt any aquatic life there. This is a chlorine contact chamber, which kind of slows it down to give it more detention time as it moves through. From there, we move to the effluent end of the plant. Just before it goes out, we have a basin where we can aerate the water if need be. If we need to put more oxygen in it before we discharge, we can do that. And also, we meter it right here so we can tell how much water we've got. Okay, right before we go into the creek, this is the final step, and this is the final product that the plant produces. As you can see, it's very clear water, almost looks like drinking water, and this is what we discharge into the creek, which ultimately goes into the Tar River and is used downstream by the next municipality. So I hope you've learned something from this little tour, and appreciate you watching.